Welcome everyone to Bariatric Yoga. I'm Tracy, and I am so grateful that you have decided to practice yoga today. I love yoga for that reason, that it is just a practice, that whether you're here practicing for your very first time or whether you're a veteran, we're all here today. We all showed up for ourselves to practice. Today, we're going to be doing chair yoga. So I always start with an invitation to invite the sense of smell into our practice. So for those of us that are here in the studio, I have an invitation of, my goodness, rose and frankincense and orange to offer. And while I'm doing that, if you're at home, please grab a chair, preferably one with no arms, so that you can move freely in your chair. And ideally, a chair that has 4 legs so that it's nice and stable. So here in the studio, if you would like to invite the sense of smell, palms up and just wave it all around. It smells so delicious and yummy. And if you're at home, I always love to suggest a candle or some incense or something at home to bring in the sense of smell. And we'll begin in an easy seat, Sukhasana. So come all the way in, sit all the way down. And we'll begin with pranayama, our breath practice. So if you happen to show up with shoes on or socks, I say slip everything off. And at home, when I practice chair yoga, my feet can touch the ground, but this chair, I have to scoot up a little bit to make it there. So however you can best get your feet to the ground, please plant them all the way onto the earth. And we're going to have our breath practice today be, let's practice yogic breath. Yogic breath has a very intentional connection between the body and the breath. So we'll begin with the left hand and placing it right here on the belly, just below the belly button. This is on the 3rd chakra. And then the right hand we're going to place right here on the heart chakra. And then an invitation to just close off the eyes and begin to focus in on just my words. Yogic breath begins by closing off the lips, taking breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And we start by filling up the belly first, and then the lungs, and then taking breath all the way through the top of the head to the crown chakra. And then the exhale breath, we empty out in the opposite direction. Breath emptying through the head, then collapsing through the lungs, and then emptying the belly all the way through the very root chakra. Then inhaling breath, feeling with the left hand the expansion of the belly. Then feeling the lungs and the heart space expand. And then the breath through the nose all the way to the top of the head. Then yogi, emptying out in the opposite direction with intention, following the breath all the way down as you feel yourself emptying. few rounds as you begin to feel the wave of the breath. As you roll with the breath. Allowing the body to relax and go with the flow. One more full cycle of breath. Taking breath all the way into the top of the head. Like a waterfall, letting it empty all the way back out through the lungs and then the belly, all the way down to the bottom. Yogis, when you feel complete, keep the eyes closed and allow the hands to come to rest, palms up in the lap. And let your shoulders fall away from your ears. And know in yoga, the practice here is to connect the breath with the body and allow the mind to rest with very little thought. So it's here that I invite you to grab a hold of a Sat Nam, an I am statement, something you can return to if the thoughts run away with you. I don't want to finish this. I'm done. Instead, grab a hold of an I am strong. I am doing this. I am present. I am capable. I am worthy. Take one more round of yogic breath. Take your left hand and place it back on your belly and your right hand on your heart space. And begin to breathe into the belly first on the incoming breath, filling the belly, and then the lungs, all the way to the top of the head. Find your Sat Nam. Take another round of breath if you need to, and if not, allow the hands to just float and find their way to wherever. Keep the eyes open whenever you are ready. We'll begin with just some gentle movement with the right hand. Just waving it about. And if you get the wrong hand, it doesn't matter. We're always going to do both, unless I forget, in which case you can do it on your own. But begin to shake it, like really move it around. Loosen it up, shake it down, shake it up, shake it around. And then let it fall still in your lap with the palm facing up. And then just notice. Does it feel a little different than the other one? Is that interesting? Take a breath in and then just begin to shake the left hand. Just shake it all around, moving it all about. Take a cleansing breath in and out, and then find some stillness. And palms can face down in the lap, and we're going to do some leg lifts. Nice and gentle. Check in with your spine. We're going to do the alignment. Head is over the heart, and the heart always over the hips. Nice and tall. We grow as we breathe in. And we sit down in the seat as we exhale. And a nice cleansing breath in gives us the oxygen to prepare. And we're going to lift just ever so slightly the right leg with a flex in the foot. Seeing if it can make its way so that it's parallel to the earth. Holding on to the chair can give us a little bit of stability. And holding for just as long as you need. Closed. And lowering back down with intention. while also maintaining the integrity of the spine. And an inhale breath is going to get us ready to do that again. And then lifting up on an exhale. And holding for just one more second. And then lowering back down. Beautiful. And then one more time with the right leg, lifting up with a flex in the foot. Excellent. And then lowering back down. And staying with the right leg, we're going to just pick up the pace a little bit. So no need to really focus on the movement with the breath so much as just to keep breathing, but just a lift and a lower at your own pace. See if you can make it to 10. Check in with that Sat Nam. If it gets in the way of your counting, don't worry. I'd rather you be saying that I am here and just stay with me. Whew. I think I'm at 5 and I'm already done. I am here. I am here. I'm still here. And 2 more. You can do 2 more with me. Whew. 1. Integrity of the spine. And that was it. Last one. Beautiful. All right, breath in. Oh, I grow tall every time. And on the exhale breath, lift the left leg. See if it can make its way parallel to the earth. Nice flex in the foot. Beautiful. And lower back down. And lifting it again. Beautiful. Holding for just a second. Maybe even grabbing a hold of the chair. And then lowering back down. Beautiful. Inhale breath always brings the oxygen necessary for the muscle to do its job, and lifting it up with a flex in the foot. It's always now that I think, I wonder if my feet are dirty. Don't look. And lowering back down. Beautiful. And now at your own pace, maintaining the integrity of the spine, see if you can get to 10. Keeping in mind that breathing with intention is important. My mindfulness teacher reminds me all the time, Tracy, you can't live life just breathing in. You must also breathe out. What? Whew, I think that was 10, no? Okay, I'm going to pick up the pace. Whew. Excellent. 2 more. I tend to want to slouch, so I'm always reminding my own self to maintain the integrity of my spine. All right, let's take the hands and place them on the knees for some cat-cows. So on a beautiful inhale breath, we're going to push everything out. Push the chest out, lift the chin up high, the chest comes out, the heart space is up. You can even come to your tippy toes if you would like. Roll the shoulders back. Nice arch in the spine, a beautiful back bend here, yogis. And on the exhale breath, roll the spine, roll the shoulders forward. If you came to your tippy toes, plant your feet, tuck your chin down into your chest. Push everything out. And then on your incoming breath, lift it all up. Lift up, come to the tips of your toes maybe. Roll your shoulders back. Take a look up at the sky. What do you see? And on your exhale breath, really blow the air out, like roll the back, come to the soles of your feet. Let your chin tuck all the way in. And then on the incoming breath, roll it all out again. Beautiful. Tips of the toes, even the tippy tip. Roll it, looking way up high. And the last one, blow it all out. tucking everything in like a little ball. Beautiful. And now finding just that neutral, beautiful, tall, straight spine. We'll send the fingertips long to the earth in our seated mountain pose, Tadasana. Gorgeous. We're going to send our hands east and west and then bring them to our upward salute, Ardha Hastasana. If your palms can come to touch at the top, that's awesome. But also just here, our upward salute to all that is good and great. And just staying here for a few rounds of breath and noticing. Noticing what that feels like. Our body's ability to reach high like this. So wonderful. Big smile on your face. Gorgeous yogis. We're going to take the right hand and drop it down to our side, maintaining this integrity that we have in our spine. We're going to lean over to the right, getting a beautiful side body stretch on the left side. It's not that I lean the body itself, the spine stays pretty straight, maybe a slight, tiny, itty curve. But the stretch is here as I reach the fingertips for the opposite direction. Even a push, depending on your chair, a push against the chair, a push and a pull. Big breath in, fills the lungs and can increase the stretch. Exhale, breath, I deepen into the stretch, checking the sitting bones. Are they both firmly planted on the ground? And now we're going to take this right hand that's planted and reach it back up high to the sky. Ardha Hastasana, our upward salute. Does one hand feel a little longer, one arm? Let's drop the left hand down to the earth. And with the right fingertips reaching in the opposite direction, getting a beautiful side stretch over here. Gorgeous yogis. Ooh, releasing some energy through the fingertips. Beautiful. Gorgeous breath in, fills the lungs, increases the stretch. And the exhale breath deep in the seat. Check your sitting bones. Are your hips firmly planted in your seat? And then take the left hand and reach it up high for the sky. We come up together here at the top. And on an exhale breath, wait, before we do that, I want you to notice now if your arms feel the same length. Love that. Okay, whew. All right, now let your shoulders fall away from your ears. A beautiful forward fold. We just stayed in an upward salute. I forgot to mention at the beginning to have a block handy. We have them here in the studio. If you're at home, pause and find something that can bring the floor up to you. So if you're here in the studio, grab a block and we're going to do this forward fold so that we can have the earth come up to us. You might very well be able to find the earth on your own. Boom, here it is. But maybe not. And I don't feel today like going all the way down. Some days it's just not doable. So at home, things like, I was going to say a book, but I don't have a book myself that I would ever read that would be this thick. So maybe a can, like I have a can of baked beans that I use sometimes that are this big. But anything that can bring the earth up to you. So just let yourself relax here for a minute. And just breathe into the idea that we were just in an upward salute for 5 minutes. How beautiful is that? Ooh, maybe you do want to go all the way down to the ground. Either way, we're going to roll gently, one vertebra at a time, all the way back up into our seated mountain pose. Sending both fingers long. And then we're going to bring our hands to interlace right here in front of us and then bring them to our heart space. And our elbows are going to be out so that they're parallel to the earth. And then bring the hands out just a touch and let's go thumbs down. I would never give you guys a thumbs down, just saying. And on an inhale breath, I'm going to bring the hands back towards the body. And on the exhale breath, I'm going to push everything out with the hands for a beautiful wrist stretch and also a forearm stretch. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears and check the integrity of that spine. Breathing, grow tall, and on the exhale breath, deepen into your seat. Inhale breath, bring the hands back to your heart space. And then rotate the body, doesn't matter which direction, because we're going to do both, to either your right or your left. And then on the exhale breath, push the hands back out away from you. Holding on to no tension in the lower part of the body. So if you find right now you have any of that going on, see if you can release it by sitting in your seat. The stretch solely, intentionally in the arms. Inhale breath will bring them back to the chest. Rotate back to center. Exhale breath pushes them back out. Beautiful. Inhale breath brings them back into center and rotate to whichever side you didn't make yet. Exhale, push them out. Inhale, bring them back in. And then rotate back to center. Beautiful. And we'll drop the hands back down to the sides. Oh, my neck. Woo. Let's bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And then take your right hand and inhale it up and over your head. And allow this just to be a little bit of weight that you allow to gently fall onto the head. But then also allow your head to come up into your hand. So you have a push and a pull happening here for a really awesome stretch in this part of your neck. If you want to add to that, you could grab a hold of the chair with your opposite hand. Ooh, that's a little much. But you can play with it. Choices. I like choices. Take one full round of breath here, yogis. And then release the hand, then release the head. Woo. And now left ear to left shoulder. Check in with your Satnam as you inhale the left arm up and around the head. Same idea. Push and a pull, gentle, with care and protection. These tiny muscles here. It's a push and a pull. Breathing one full intentional round of breath in. That yogic breath is always available to you. Grabbing a hold of the chair with the opposite hand. Options, options. And then yogi, when you're ready, release the hand and then the head. And now I just feel it. I feel the need to take the chin down to the chest. Bring the hands up and interlace the fingertips, allowing the hands to gently fall to the nape of the neck. Adding a little bit of pressure there, not much. Perhaps the elbows come to kiss in the front. Releasing the interlacing of the fingertips, and then allowing the head to come up, take a quick glance up at the sky. And then rolling it all the way around. Ooh. Oh, that feels so good. And make sure you go the opposite direction. Beautiful. And finding a neutral position. We're going to bring the right leg to cross, not to cross, taking the right ankle to the left knee. Anatomy is important. For a figure 4 stretch, if this is not accessible for you, then just doing some forward folds here is certainly acceptable. So in figure 4 stretch, just taking a beautiful deep dive here, maintaining the integrity of the spine, remembering that it's an inhale breath that gives us the oxygen to prepare these muscles for this stretch. So it's an inhale breath. And then on the exhale breath, a beautiful bow here to feel this hamstring stretch. The block is always there to help bring the ground up to me. Breathing in. And on the exhale breath, perhaps deepening the stretch by maybe just 1 degree. Check in with your Satnam. I am. One more round of breath. All the way in. And we can't hold it. We have to breathe out. And then coming back up so ever carefully. And now taking the left hand and grabbing a hold of the opposite knee for a beautiful spinal twist. You can use the back, if you're in a chair that has a back, you can reach for the back of the chair and perhaps take a peek over the opposite shoulder. See if anything's going on back there. Beautiful spinal twist. Grow tall on the in-breath. That spine. Oh, yeah, the spine. And on the exhale breath, deepen into the seat. Seeing if that twist can go a little twistier. Is that a word? Twistier? And when you're ready, untwist your and come back to neutral. And undo this figure 4, which I need. Glad I have some arms. And then other side, taking the left leg, crossing it over the right. And inhale breath to prepare. On the exhale breath, a deep dive. Right, taking the heart space right over the left leg. Beautiful. Always the block. Most certainly to begin the stretch. And as the oxygen continues to travel. Because when we intentionally breathe, the body sends the oxygen to the thought. The entire purpose of yoga, to connect the breath, the oxygen, with the body. On your in-breath, send the oxygen to the place where you feel the body. And on the exhale breath, lean in just 1% more to the body. And yogis, it's a practice. And you're doing it. Keep practicing. One more full round of intentional breath. And when you're ready, rolling back up. Left hand to the left knee. When I get intentional like that, I forget what I do. And we'll do a quick spinal twist. It doesn't need to be quick. Nothing in yoga ever is quick. Oh, I hate that I said that. I'm so sorry. And a beautiful spinal twist, just taking a peek over the left shoulder. What's going on back there? Staying with the breath. On the in-breath, we grow tall. On the exhale breath, deepen into the stretch. This twist. It's not often that we ask our spine to move like this. One more round of breath. Untwisting yourself. Uncross the legs. And then heel toe the feet out so that you're in a wide-legged stance. We're headed for a goddess squat. This can be done remaining in the chair or challenge options to come out of the chair into a full-on goddess squat. We're going to cactus out the arms. So option to stay seated, awesome, or to come out of the chair. So we're going to stay here in a goddess squat. That's going to be the out breath. On the in breath, we're going to rise up out of the chair, coming into a full starfish. And on the exhale breath, back down into the goddess squat, into the chair or no chair. Inhale breath, we rise up into our beautiful starfish. Exhale breath, back down into goddess squat. Beautiful. Checking in with the feet, checking in with the spine. Pull the belly button into the spine and pull the pelvic floor up too. Becomes a beautiful energy lock there. Inhale breath, starfish. Exhale breath, back down into goddess squat. Inhale breath, starfish. Exhale, goddess squat. Woo! Inhale, starfish. I'm going to find the chair in a minute. Exhale, back into the goddess squat. Beautiful. Two more. Inhale, starfish. What's your Satnam? Exhale. Goddess squat. One more. Inhale, starfish. Back down into your goddess squat. If you're not in a chair, good for you. If you're in a chair, I'm going there. Woo! Woo! And let the hands come down just for a minute. Then send them east and west. Let's do an upward salute here in this wide leg. And then a beautiful forward fold. All the way down to the ground, wherever that ground is for you. It might be all the way down. Stay here, yogis. If you need to heel toe in the feet, please do so. We'll stay inverted for about 30 seconds, giving the heart just 30 seconds to beat a little differently. The blood flowing in a different direction. Confusing things for just a few more seconds. So good for every organ, every blood vessel, every vein, every artery. Gently, whenever you're ready, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Yogis, we're headed to Shavasana, which is always done on the ground. So make your way, please, down to the earth. Shavasana is Sanskrit for corpse pose. So coming all the way down to your backs. Making as much contact with gravity as you can. Allowing your feet to just flop open. Palms can be up or down. When I find my palms down to the earth, my body is telling me that I need the nutrients, the energy from the earth. When my palms find themselves face up, I have plenty to give and receive. Closing off the eyes, sealing off the lips. Allowing the shoulders to relax. Checking in with the Satnam that you started your practice with. This, yogi, is the most important asana of any yogic practice. The best way to care for the future is to care for the present moment. On your next incoming breath, send it all the way to the very tips of your toes. Letting your mind focus in on all the intricate details, bones that are there. Wrapping your mind all around your feet. Breathing life into the heels of your feet. Taking your attention to your ankles. Wrapping your next breath up around your calves. And up to your knees, kneecaps. Allowing your attention now to go all the way up to your thighs, the strength that they carry. Beautiful breath in, oxygen carrying all the way to your hips. Your solar plexus, all the vital organs that are there. Drawing in breath, so much gratitude for your lungs, the work that they do without being asked. Wandering up now through your heart space. Drifting up through your chest, your shoulders, the weight that they carry, feeling it melting down into the earth. As you breathe deeply, sending that breath all the way to the tips of your fingers. Exhaling breath all the way through your hands and wrists. Up your forearms to your elbows. Beautiful breath in, gratitude for your bicep muscles. Strengthen your arms. Your neck and throat, your voice. Attention floats to your mouth, lips and tongue, teeth. Your beautiful cheeks. The breath coming in and out through your nose. Your eyes, your beautiful eyes. You see the world. Your eyelids feel heavy. Eyebrows, your ears, the sounds you hear. All the way to the very top of your head where you feel each and every little hair. Take one more full breath in and let it travel from your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. And then let it all go as you fall all the way into gravity. On your next incoming breath, let it reinvigorate you full of life as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Reinviting life back into your beautiful body that you have paid so much attention to. Whenever you're ready, yogi, take your time, finding your way back to a seated position. Ever so gently. So that we can take our last breath together during this practice. We'll send our fingertips long to the ground and one more upward salute, sending the hands east and west. Big breath in, palms together at the top, allowing our hands to float down to our heart space, tucking our thumbs right there into the heart. Please know that the light in me bows and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks, yogis.